Good morning, students. This is the second video of the chapter Weavers, Iron Smelters and Factory Owner. And in this video, we will try to understand that how slowly Britishers came and they captured our market and how they turned India into an importer country of textile, because initially India was exporter country. Now let us discuss. The first point is mentioned here that Indian textile in European market. It means that the Indian textile market was in great demand all over the world, including European countries, including the Britain also. When the Britishers came, they found that the Indian clothes, Indian textile were very fine quality. They were very refined, and that is why they took our particular resources, they took our particular clothes to the country. And this is how the Indian clothes became much demanding in their country. So Indian textile reached and it expanded all over the Europe, and particularly in the European market. It captured the entire European market. So the Britishers or the European industrialists, they got fear. They start because they were getting the competition. So they were under the fear that their market will be captured by Indian goods, Indian textile goods. So that was the fear that was encircling in their mind. And that is why slowly they started creating pressure on the government of Britain to stop import of Indian textile. Because when Indian textile was entering, it was capturing the British market. So that was quite interesting. We need to understand this. That there was a time when the Britishers came here, they found, and even before that, the Indian goods were entering the European market and it was dominating the European market. And out of fear, the Europeans told to the government, or particularly the British government told the government to stop the import of ready-made goods that was coming from India, because they were not able to handle the competition. Finally, the government of Britain, it came under pressure because traders were there and traders were giving the taxes, the money to the king or queen. So ultimately they accepted the demand, and finally the Calico Act was passed in 1720. So we need to understand here, when much pressure was created on the government of Britain, finally Calico Act was passed in 1720 and it banned import of chintz. We already discussed that chintz was a flowery design printed cloth, printed textile, and that was much in demand. And even we was wearing it. So it became very popular. And as a result, when it entered the market, it created a lot of competition for the Britishers, for the British industries of that time. So because of that, by passing one law, this particular piece of cloth, this particular type of cloth was, or type of textile was banned. So here they banned our particular type of chintz. Okay. So we need to understand here that when the Britishers were there when the British industries were there, they were under the fear because of that tough competition that was coming from Indian textile. Because our textile was in great in terms of quality and texture. Now, after that, the competition, Britishers were facing the competition, and other European countries were also facing the competition because of the entry of British goods in their market. So first of all they pressurized, but it was not the solution. Only pressurizing the government or only stopping any product from entering their market, it was not the solution. Then what was the solution? The solution was that they should also develop something, and on that basis they could tell to the world, look, I have done something and that is better from India. So that is why, as the competition was there with Indian textile, finally it led to technological innovation in England, like spinning jenny. Spinning jenny was devised. So why spinning jenny was devised? It was devised because the Indian textile was given tough competition to the British goods, to the British textile, and as a result, in order to face the competition, finally spinning jenny like machine was devised. So here we need to understand it was the contribution of India to the world in terms of textile. And ultimately because of that, the Britishers also got inspiration to start innovation, to start technological advancement in their textile field, in the textile area. And this is how they developed, and finally they developed this city as a Manchester city. Or they developed over the time their machines also to produce goods also. So up to this it is clear that there was a domination of Indian product all over the Europe. And not only Europe, in European countries, it was in great demand all over the world, particularly in the Arabian countries and the African countries. So we saw here there was a great domination of Indian goods, and because of that, first of all, they banned our import in their country, and second, they developed some technological devices to produce more or to produce better than Indian textile. Now, when the Britishers reached India and when they got political power, when they gained political power, situation changed. What was the initial situation and what was the situation? What was the change in the situation? We need to understand. Whenever Britishers were taking our clothes or the other European countries were taking our clothes, they were paying silver. Okay, they were giving silver coins to Indians, and after that they were taking our textile to their countries. So they were giving their hard-earned money to Indians to get our textile. But when the Britishers came here and they gained the political power in Bengal, after got the Diwali rights in Bengal, finally when the Battle of Buxar, in the Battle of Buxar when Indians got defeated and Britishers got Diwali rights. So finally when Britishers got Diwali rights or when Britishers got political power in Bengal, the situation changed. Initially they were paying it from their pocket, but here the Britishers pressurized the Jamindars or Talukdars to pay revenue, and by getting revenue from Indian soil, they were paying to Indian industries or Indian weavers for their clothes. So Indian money was used to purchase the Indian clothes. Initially, the British money or the money of the Europeans were paid in order to purchase the Indian clothes. Now, after the Britishers came here and they captured the political power, they were using the Indian money to purchase the Indian clothes because they were getting the money from the Jamindars or Talukdars, and of course they were getting the revenue from the Talukdars and Jamindars. In turn, they were getting the revenue from the ordinary farmers. And finally, that money was utilized, again it was given back. So it was something like that. They were having two pockets, two Indian pockets. From one Indian pocket, they were picking out the money and they were putting money in the other Indian pocket. Got it? So our money was circulating in our country. So at the time, we were not getting any silver or gold from Britain. But before that, the situation was there when our clothes was much in demand. Then they were paying from their revenue, from their resources, and we were getting the British gold, we were getting the British coins, silvers, we were getting the European silvers in our Indian soil, in our pocket. Got it? But situation changed. They started taking money from our revenue, from our resources, and after that they paying it in India to purchase textile. So this is how complete situation changed. So finally, we'll discuss here that when they came India and when they captured power, what changed in the Indian textile? Right? Because by that time, when the import was stopped, by the time when the competition was there, and because of competition, technological advancement took place in Britain, even at the time also, there was a great domination of Indian product. Indian product demand was not declined, even though demand was there, but slowly the demand diminished. Or we can say, India finally moved from exporter towards importer country. So, what was the situation? How it happened that India that was giving clothes to other countries, how it started taking the clothes from other countries? It is quite interesting to understand this. So, we discussed here that what was the condition of Indian textile when initially Britishers came, and finally how the situation changed when Britishers gained the political power in India. So this is all about in this video. Thank you so much.